Megan Fox.
Yeah, Megan Fox has the story.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox writes at PJ Media.
Eat Tucker.
And that was your last.
Damn it, man. I cried for 2 days.
So I try to tell you silence not a game. I texted and called you, but still you won't explain. I really need you to love me with your strength and light. Even a week will do, you should know it feels so right. Having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh. There are no ladies who can say they are this tight. Oh, oh, oh. Having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh. Never felt this way about anyone before. Well, maybe that's not true. There were 2 or 3 more, but no one would sign this thing. So it's all now up to you. It's not gonna hurt at all. Just a solid week or 2. Oh, having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh. There are no ladies who can say they are this tight. Oh, oh, oh. Having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh. If you sign it, I will take the pills today. Twin flames, we'll get doused and go away. Let me in, I wanna be one of your tribe. You and me have a real friend, love of vibe. Oh, having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh. There are no ladies who can say they are this tight. Oh, 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 oh. Having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh. If you sign it, I will take the pills today. Twin flames, we'll get doused and go away. Let me in, I wanna be one of your tribe. You and me have a real friend, love of vibe. Oh, having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh. There are no ladies who can say they are this tight. Oh, 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 oh. Having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh.
And we are live. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. I realized, I was like, wait, why am I playing my intro? We're streaming on Jeff's channel too, and they're all going to be confused. Like, what channel am I on?
I know why. I coach my viewers for reasons.
You're poaching my viewers. You know, okay. So yesterday we didn't stream because I was so late. That was my penance. But today, all the super chats are not yours, Jeff. They're not yours.
So far they are.
They are not. I have 4. I will have you know.
I'll have you know those are mine.
No, all of them?
Yeah, all of them. Every last damn one of them.
Oh my God, you guys. I feel so unloved.
Well, just wait. Tell us what your goal is, Megan.
Well, I have set a goal for 50 super chats in an hour. And if I make that goal before Jeff does, I will roast him for being a loser.
And coincidentally, I have the exact same goal, and I will roast Megan because you love me more.
So today is to find out who loves who more, whose chat has more love for the host of their choice.
I'll take sympathy. I don't care.
And you know, this is interesting because I have wronged Jeff a few times this month already.
But hey, that's all off the book as of yesterday.
have a blanket pardon. So until January 1st. So don't take it out on me, chat. Oh my God, Jeff, your chat is going crazy. No one loves me. I'm
I'll
gonna
tell you,
under a rock.
Grok does. I've already got your roast written. Well,
Oh no.
Grok already has your roast written.
Shoot.
I can see it's funny.
Oh no. Hold on. I have to publish this on locals. Maybe my locals crew isn't here yet.
Holy
this
shit. Come on, Chad. Now this is okay. Now I'm just embarrassed and feel bad.
It's okay. It's all right. Jeff's chat just really wants to see you win. They just want to see you win, which is okay. I mean, that's good, right? Rhea, thank you, Rhea. My favorite chatter. Finally, thank you, Rhea. I finally have one. I have one super chat. It's okay. It's all right. All right. What are we doing today, Jeff?
I think we should just roast each other anyway, because we're both going to get there eventually.
We'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
All right. I'll make sure that Grok writes yours too.
Yeah. My prompt was write a scathing and witty roast of Megan Fox, quote, YouTube journalist. That was my prompt.
All right. What are we doing? We are reading the part 2 of, which is part 2 of who knows how many parts there will be.
I promise we're going to do better than yesterday, because I haven't touched anything. I reorganized the audio, and so there will be very few boomer moments from my side.
Well, I can't make any such promises over here because who knows? Although I did restart my voice mod, so everything should be fine. But this should be good. Okay. Jeff, you can bring it up because you know where we left off.
Yes. That's not why I'm bringing it up. In truthfulness, Megan said, do you want to control the thing today? I'm like, well, you have it, or I can send it to you. Why? Because I don't want to. Oh, all right. Okay.
I feel like Jeff does a better job scrolling.
It's not that complicated, but wow.
Oh, you haven't been here in a while I was scrolling. It's not great.
You control the track ball better than I do.
I have bad carpal tunnel. I can't control any track balls today. In fact, I should be wearing this stupid brace. I'm not sure these things do any good at all. I mean, for one, they seem to be like circulation inhibiting. And then for two, they're sweaty.
Oh, Megan, you've surpassed me by 1 now.
Uh-oh.
You've got 9. I've got 8. Uh-oh.
We'll see who loves you most.
Yeah. Should we clear some of them before we get started?
Yes.
Or should we just jump into it?
We should. And you can read yours.
Okay.
And I will read mine. Let's see. Here we go. There you go.
Aussie Wombat gifted 5 Legal Vices membership. Thank you so much, Aussie Wombat. Karen D dropping the 20 heat. Thank you, Karen D. Winks, as always, the roast must happen. Lone Star Living, what's up? For the Vices. Thank you. Me again, what do you know? Staria is gifted 5 Legal Vices memberships. Thank you very much, Staria. I deeply appreciate it. And Stingy member for 25 months. Just going for the freebie. Wait,
I'm sorry. Here we go.
Jeebus want to say thanks for indulging my stupid antics and on-off stream. Respect you for that. Go, Jeff. Beat off.
What? Wait a minute. Phrasing. Where's your button?
I just did it.
I didn't hear it.
This is not nom. This is bowling. There are rules.
Hey, well, that's going to come into play, I think.
And this one is also you, Jeff.
Oh, yeah, it is. What do you know? $2 from Fallen Hero 4567. Thank you so much.
And also for Jeff.
Oh, Jacob's Proud Madre. What do you know? Drop it. Jacob's Proud Madre. Love you. You're so awesome. I have to do it, Megan. We'll all laugh at Vices roasting you. And I love to hear you laugh. Well, again, we'll roast each other eventually. I have a feeling.
And also for you, Jeff.
Really? Wow, sweet. She hasn't anyway. Like I said, Biddy gets real other way in just a quick second. Jim Schuler, Mom, Dad, don't fight. Just give us a doggo camera. Bring it and I'll give it to you. Because we're on day 73 now. 74, I think. I don't know. I lost that.
Also
Jeff,
for Jeff.
Let's go. I saved Megan yesterday. And that's all for me.
And Rhea says, Megan gets my vote for her hair alone. Well, thank you, Rhea. Appreciate that. Hellcat80, thanks for the 10. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you, too. It's a big Tuesday. I got Tuesday with Tug tonight. We are dropping it. We are dropping some fire tonight. It's the Northport Files. It's going to be amazing. I'd like to give you a sneak peek of that, Jeff, so you can see it.
Yeah.
It's
Curious.
quite something. You're going to like it. All right, let's see.
For people that are wondering where the doggo cam is, Megan is controlling the stream. I have no control over the doggo cam. So when we get there, we'll just put it up. I can't put up my overlay. No, I can't add anything, but it might just be a freebie for tomorrow.
Oh, Victoria Hawk, thanks for the 5. We love you. Well, I love you too. Thank you so much. I have my favorites. Thank you for the 5. Busy painting, Megan. I have your back. Oh, wonderful. Brandis Abercrombie, thanks for the 10. Appreciate you. And Miss Erica, thanks for the 2. Chris Rowland, hashtag my homo, thanks for the $1.49 super sticker. You rock. Love you. Carolyn Meyer, thanks for the 5. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Jane,
my turn again.
Jane Tassler, thanks for the 2. And now it's Jeff's turn.
I am the princess with the 2. Love you both, but I need to hear a roast of Megan.
And Chris again with the 149 super sticker. Thank you so much. And Sarah Dallon, thanks for the Canadian 2. Leg warmers for life, gang. That's right. Leg warmers all around. And for Jeff.
Wendy Bono with a 10er. I love all my kids equally. 5 for Megan, 5 for
That's
Vice.
not how this works. You have to send 5 there and 5 here.
I'll make sure he gets it.
No, you won't. That's a lie, Wendy. He's lying to you. He's not telling you the truth in any way. Jennifer Jones. Thanks for the $1. Appreciate you. Oh, there. She sent me 10. Jacob's Proud Madre just sent super chat to Jeff. I can't leave my girl out. I support you in roasting the Lorax. Thank you for the 10. Appreciate that. And Becca has thoughts. Thanks for the 2. Guess what page we make it to on this stream? Rick Reed, thanks for the 2. Appreciate you. And for Jeff.
Iron Rabbit. What's up, Iron Rabbit? Merry Christmas to Jeff, Yoda, and Strawberry. Well, thank you very, very much. Appreciate it.
And for Jeff.
Winks. What? Roaster, someone is having the babies.
Hey, Joe, thanks for the 5. Leveling the playing field. And Eileen for Jeff. Or Eileen? I always say it wrong. I always say it wrong. I'm sorry. That's why she doesn't send me super chats, since I'm saying it wrong. I'm just kidding.
Jeff, remember to tell Megan about lash tinting.
Oh, right. No, you said that yesterday. And I need to write that down.
What?
Lash tinting. Yeah, no.
I didn't say anything about it.
Not you.
Well, she says, Jeff, remember to tell Megan about lash tinting.
Well, I don't know why she thinks you know about it, but I will look it up.
That's also why she doesn't super chat. You don't have any sense of humor.
Oh, well. I didn't know that that's what you thought of me, Jeff.
Just joking. See, you didn't even catch it.
Thanks for the 10. Jeff got roasted. Jeff didn't get roasted.
Nice.
And Will with the 2. Hey, Jeff, who's this weird chick? Sorry, Megan.
Well, you sent the money to her. Don't say sorry. Jesus, I don't care what you say. Jeez, send the money to me. All right. Where do we sit? You're leading. I have 12. You have 16.
Oh, boy. Well, we'll see how this works out. I'm sure it'll shake out in the end. All right. We need the appeal.
Yep.
Nobody really needs this appeal, but we're going to read it anyway.
Yes, we are. If you'll bring it up.
Are you caught up on what Laura has been doing to the podcast studio?
Yep. And I saw Gingras officially somehow try to wash his hands of it.
Yeah, he deleted his tweet, but he has not apologized. And now the podcast studio, for those of you who don't know, Laura and her attorney, her douche canoe attorney, have decided to go out on a campaign against the podcasting studio, claiming that they went to do their little 2-hour apology tour or whatever the hell it is that they're doing, explaining to her. And they decided to go on Twitter and say defamatory things about them and that their audio was bad. And then the studio came out and proved that the audio was not bad.
My audio is bad.
The audio is not bad. and they're demanding an apology from David Gingras because he posted that on Twitter. And if he doesn't apologize, they're giving him till the end of today. I think it's today. And then they're going to file a defamation lawsuit against him. So wait, imagine my shock and excitement that David may be getting sued after he ran around for defamation, after he ran around threatening everyone else on YouTube with $150 million defamation suits.
Now, there wasn't an apology, but he did post a video on his YouTube where, where he said, she did what she did and she said what she said. I'm washing my hands of it. This is on her. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm not an audio production guy. I don't know. But the audio I heard was bad, and yeah.
Yeah, but David, that's not how any of this works. You said it. You need to apologize.
But the YouTube, the podcast studio, paraphrasing something along the lines of, but they did. They're going about this in a really weird and aggressive way, and they said the first they didn't want anything to do with it, and then they blocked me, and now they're going on a JFC rant. Just anyway. TikTok.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen his new video because you know what? Frankly, I don't want to watch his videos because he's such a copyright cuck. I can't take it. I don't even want to see it because now he's not only trying to sue people who are writing reviews or what's the word? Summaries of his videos. He wants to sue Lauren for talking about his video. I did ask him for permission to cover a video, and he gave it to me, and then I covered it. But since then, I haven't wanted to reach out to him again. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to give you free publicity on this program. You have like whatever his subscribers are. I'm not going to give you that.
As we read the appellate brief that he wrote, but we have fun with it.
YouTube is down.
What
happened?
What do you mean?
The studio just went down. Did your studio go down?
My studio died. My studio didn't die.
Did it go down?
No.
That's weird. Mine's. I had to refresh. It came back up, but it said
that happens
unavailable.
A lot to me.
The hell? What the hell, man? All right. Anyway, so as we read and anyway, if you want to go watch his videos, go watch them. I'm just saying personally, I don't want to, and I'm not going to give him. I'm not going to give him my platform. And he thinks he's going to like sue people for talking about it. He doesn't realize he's getting all this free publicity for his YouTube channel. But if he doesn't want that, I'm happy to not give it to him. It's just. It's fine. It's fine. You don't want people to, from here to go there and watch your stuff, then I won't play it. I mean, but that is what happens when you cover people's things. People always go and watch the whole thing. But, he's making it out to be this big deal that it isn't. He had a chance, though. When you become kind of internet famous, like he has been through this case, he had his chance to get his channel really huge and up and running. But he decided to be a jerk about it instead. And now everyone's going to be like, yeah, fuck that guy. Who cares?
Well, that was the gist of my review of the subpoena application. Was there? It is arguable, not saying it's right or wrong, but it is arguable that he has it's arguable what he's saying. It's arguable. I mean, there is a foundation for him upon which to argue whether or not it's a good ground. It doesn't matter. The problem is just because you can do something or you might be justified doing it doesn't mean you should.
Right.
And he's violating all of the unwritten codes of content creators, which is you just don't copyright anything.
Right.
You don't copyright claim anything.
Right. I mean, I think it's okay if you want to get the revenue on something, but it's not okay to take stuff down. It's not okay to threaten people with lawsuits. I think, then again, every creator can do what they want to do under the law. Right. It's their decision, but you're going to have repercussions for that. Right.
That's exactly what I mean. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should.
Just because you can doesn't mean you absolutely should. I think there are some instances where I could see where it would be appropriate, but in others, like this, where people just want to cover what he's talking about, play a couple of minutes, talk about it, play a couple more minutes, talk about it. That's what YouTube is. So if he doesn't understand that, it's kind of like, well, I guess you need to go somewhere else, David. This is not the place for you.
Be nice.
Yeah.
Frank Burns said it's nice to be nice to the nice.
All right, where did we leave off? What were we talking about? Let me guess. Rule 26?
Yep.
Are we still in Rule 20? Where's the button, Jeff?
This one?
I'm the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules.
Yes.
We're locked and loaded.
All right, wonderful.
All right, let me see how far. See, now my studio just went down, so I got to refresh again. There we go.
See, what the hell?
It does that all the damn time. Well, that's a weird thing. Why is it doing that?
I don't know. What's that big black thing?
Well,
what is that?
All right, let's stretch it out here.
That's what she said.
Big
That's
in.
what she said.
Big in. Go to where's the full screen view here? View. There we go. See, I scroll better than her. Where the hell are we? All right, there we go. There's page 18 right there. We got about halfway through this page.
Jeff, I think you're killing me in super chats. How many do you have now?
I don't know. 31 and
I'm at 19. Oh, Jeff is winning. Jeff cannot be winning. Chad, what the heck?
My Lorax fell down.
Everyone likes Jeff better.
I can do anything.
I can do anything. You can do better.
I can do anything better than. I know way too many show tunes for a straight guy.
Well, that's because you were in show choir.
Yeah, exactly. God, the things I have memorized in my head. Anyway, we'll see how this all turns out.
All right. You start reading where you remember we left off. And then I will pick up the next paragraph, or however. Are we doing paragraphs?
Yeah. We'll just start here with the underlined part because that's probably the important part.
Okay.
When there is a plausible basis, even a weak one, supporting the litigant's position, imposition of Civil Rule 11 sanctions is appropriate.
If a party has any plausible basis to believe a factual allegation may be true, the rule does not allow sanctions simply because that belief is later proven incorrect. A reasonable but mistaken belief does not violate the rule. In this way, Rules 1126 bar knowingly false claims, but they also provide leeway for parties to bring cases based on what they think is true at the time.
That's where we left off.
Even if that belief turns out to be completely wrong.
That's where we left off. Raising again that argument that even if she thought she was pregnant, that's enough.
And I disagree because no reasonable none of her explanations were plausible at all in any way, which is what the judge found.
Gee, yeah, it's almost like that makes sense. When a pleading is filed in violation of these requirements, Family Law Rule 26, like Civil Rule 11, sets forth a crystal clear 3-step process to follow. This process must be followed before sanctions may be requested. Boop. Step 1. Megan.
The party claiming the violation must make a good faith effort to talk directly with the alleged violator. In family court, this conversation must satisfy Family Law Rule 9C, which states the discussion must be in person or by telephone and not merely by letter or email. Does this mean, Jeff, the litigants or the lawyers involved? Because there are good reasons why Clayton
the lawyers. If you're represented by a lawyer, your lawyers would do the talking.
Okay.
Step 2. If the issue is not resolved at step 1, the party claiming the violation must serve the opposing party written notice of the alleged violation. Arizona rules of family legal procedure. Litigate. I don't know what the L stands for. Legal. Anyway. Notably, Rule 11 previously required service of a full draft motion for sanctions, but that requirement has been changed to a written notice of the alleged violation, not a motion.
Okay. I don't think I understand that. Hold on.
You used to when you were giving them, you had to serve them with a full motion for sanctions, but now you just have to give them
a full draft. What's a draft? What's the difference between a motion and a draft motion?
Before you submit it to the court.
Oh, before you submit it. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's been changed to a written notice. Okay, got it. Step 3, after the alleged violator is served with a written notice. I don't like the word violator.
I was just chuckling at that myself.
I don't like that word. I don't like, although that might be a good word we should use for ARPist. Instead of ARPist, we can say violator.
Yeah.
But that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
After the alleged violator is served with a written notice required in step 2, they have 10 business days within which to withdraw or appropriately correct the alleged violations. If the violation is corrected or the pleading withdrawn within the safe harbor period, sanctions cannot be imposed. But again, David, you had this. She had this in a previous filing. They said, we are going to do this. There's your notice.
Pee-wee's secret word for the day is safe harbor.
Do you remember? Yeah, the Pee Wee Herman show where there'd be a word and everyone would go,
Yeah.
ah!
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The secret word of the day is safe harbor.
Safe harbor. If we hear it again, folks, chat, I expect you to all go, ah!
Exactly. Dang it. I need to bring up one of the, anyway, should be one of the videos to cover right here. We have a footnote. We skipped a footnote.
I didn't even see if, oh, it was at that last one. Okay.
C
Islamic Sure
Okay,
Council.
it's your footnote. You read it.
The safe harbor provision further dictates that the motion may not be filed if the offending party timely withdraws or appropriately corrects the challenged contention during the safe harbor period. Ah! Rule 11 sanctions are not appropriate given the safe harbor provision.
We just call this the age 11 violation.
Unless an offending, but look at the chat.
This is terrible for my hangover.
One day I want to see this clip on court TV. This is good legal analysis right here.
It is.
Jeff.
I'm just practicing lawyer.
Unless an offending party has an opportunity to withdraw the complaint without suffering sanctions. Emphasis added. Emphasis added.
Yeah. Clayton did not comply with Rule 26's procedural and safe harbor requirements. Wonder how long we're going to keep that up.
It has been so long since I thought about Pee-wee's Playhouse, and now all I can see is Pee-wee. And Cherry.
Cherry, yeah.
Oh, God, I loved that show.
And the, what's his face in the TV? The Mecca like a Heiny Ho guy.
Mecca like a Heiny Ho. Mecca like a high, Mecca like a Heiny Ho.
And
Closer, look up my nose.
And
Right.
and an unknown actor by the name of Larry Fishburne.
Who's Larry Fishburne?
Yes, Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne was in Pee-wee. Oh my God, you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, he
And
was like the
Zombie?
farmer guy. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that was his name, Zombie. Zombie was the TV guy.
Zombie.
Right. As explained, Supra, Laura raised the question of Clayton's non-compliance with Rule 26 multiple times.
Smokey, this is not Nom. This is bowling. There are rules.
Hey, Walt,
First, in a motion for judgment on the pleadings, lastly in her post-trial motion. Ultimately, the trial court denied Laura's post-trial motion before Clayton responded. However, Clayton did provide a helpful response to Laura's motion for judgment on the pleadings. Clayton's argument in that brief shows he knowingly failed to comply with Rule 26 procedural or safe harbor requirements.
To begin. Wait, you said the word.
Oh,
To begin, Clayton failed to comply with Arizona family rule, which required him to have in-person or at least telephonic conversation with Laura prior to seeking sanctions. It is undisputed Clayton ignored that requirement because his later filed and then withdrawn Rule 26 motion admitted as much, as did his response to Laura's motion for judgment on the pleadings.
exciting. Specifically, in the good faith consultation
This is so
certificate
exciting.
attached to the original motion for sanctions, Clayton's counsel, Mr. Woodnick, never claimed he made any effort to speak directly with Laura about the specific issue of Rule 26 sanctions before the motion was filed. Instead, Mr. Woodnick's certificate claimed Clayton complied with the conferral requirements. Sounds close to conjugal. Conferral requirements because More than 4 months earlier, in August 2023, he sent 2 text messages to Laura that indicated he could not be the father of her alleged twin fetuses. Those 2 text messages, raw at episode 11 and 12, said nothing about Rule 26 sanctions and do not satisfy the rule.
Mr. Woodnick's good faith certificate also claims he had one phone conversation with Laura's prior counsel on December 27th, 2023, the substance of which is not mentioned in the certificate. But even assuming that call included a discussion about sanctions, this only further proves Clayton did not meet the other strict requirements of Rule 26. This is so because Mr. Woodnick claimed the phone call took place on December 27th, 2023, and Clayton's Rule 26 motion was filed on January 3rd, 2024, just 5 business days after the call. Even if the phone conversation met the conferral requirements of Rule 26 and was followed by a written notice, Clayton did not provide the 10 business day safe harbor required by Rule 26. Ah!
What do you think the people that just joined are thinking?
I don't care. I'm having a wonderful throwback to my childhood.
It's Pee-wee's Playhouse. Word of the day, safe harbor.
And now I don't even care what the appeal says. I just want to scream.
I just stopped caring myself. Started.
And by the way, I've got to find out
Yes.
which motion had the sanctions announcement in it, because I know it was well before January 3rd. I should ask the JFC people. They probably know.
You're part of the cult.
I'm going to ask the cult.
Ask the cult.
If any of you cult members are in the chat, please send me the motion where it was mentioned that they were going to sanction these 2 idiots.
Uh-oh, people. Megan's falling behind. You need to boost her up. I've
Where
got
are you
40.
at?
She's got
You're-
27. I'm 13 ahead, guys. You need to boost Megan up.
You're at 40?
I am.
Oh, I see
41,
how this
sorry.
is going. I'm going to get roasted.
Well, we're both going to get roasted, but I'll roast you first. Hurry, because people love me more. But come on, people. Don't let Megan fall that far behind. Get over there. Get Megan some of these little, get her some of the breadstick money.
We're taking any color. 99 cents will do.
I watched something funny happen earlier today.
What?
Big. It was. I don't know. I won't say the name of the podcast that I watched on YouTube, but yeah, they tend to take a dim view of anyone having fun. But they spent like 2 hours trying to get 10 any color super chats, and they were so happy when they got them.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. It was like, oh, Megan, she won't even go on Rumble unless you give her $350. Can you believe it? Her handout, begging Megan is the handout. She has the audacity to say she won't even do anything unless she gets paid for it. We can just get one more super chat. We'll have 10. I can give you a giveaway of some weird shit.
Give away some weird rock shaped like unmentionables.
Yeah. Anyway, it was. Anyway, yeah. So, that violation is further established by the. That hurt my throat. That violation.
Well, you talk like that long enough, your throat's gonna hurt. Yeah.
That violation is further established by the fact Clayton's Rule 26 motion did not include an attached copy of the written notice required by Rule 26C2B. See Rule 26.3.
Smokey, this is not nom. This is bowling. There are rules.
Hey, Walt.
Providing a motion for sanctions must attach a copy of the written notice provided by the opposing party under subpart C. God, I hate rule quoters. But you know, whatever. Subpart C2B, that notice was not attached to Clayton's motion for one obvious reason: the required written notice was never sent.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
That's the perfect button. perfect choice. You know, Jeff is like a wine connoisseur. What do you call the sommelier of YouTube? He has the perfect choice for the perfect moment on the Stream Deck. It's just the perfect button for any event that you could be doing. It's just Jeff's got it.
Yeah, baby, he's got it.
And now I have like a frog in my throat, probably from all the screaming.
Oh, I think we're just getting started.
In his brief opposing Laura's motion for judgment on the pleadings, Clayton basically admitted these violations, but claimed they were harmless. In short, Clayton argued his violations of the rule were immaterial. Well, why isn't he directly quoting these alleged admissions? I find that a little curious, don't you? Like, I don't like it when someone summarizes.
Yes, I do.
I don't like it when someone summarizes what another person said. Put it in quotes. Clayton argued his violations of the rule were immaterial because Laura should have guessed from other pleadings, such as Clayton's motion for leave to amend, filed December 12th, 2023. I bet that's the one that says it. How much you want to bet? Yeah. Motion for leave. We're going to look it up. For leave to amend. December 12th. I'll have to look at that later. That Clayton intended to seek sanctions at some point in the future. Yeah, there it is. That he intended to seek sanctions. That's your notice, bitch. There it is.
In the future, not right fucking now.
In the safe harbor period, if you will. Ah! That Clayton intended to seek sanctions at some point in the future. However, as explained, infra. What does infra mean? Why do they do this? Why do they do this?
Supra is above, infra is herein.
It's really annoying, and they should stop using that word. As explained, infra. The law on this issue is 100% clear.
Fuck off, bruh.
Fuck off.
That's also Latin.
Passing threats, settlement demands, and or other oblique references to an intent to seek sanctions in the future do not satisfy strict compliance standards of Rule 26. Explaining, in this whatever, Radcliffe v. Rainbow, explaining informal warnings. How is a motion saying we're going to sanction your ass an informal warning?
If you wish hard enough, it'll come true. It's the Wendy motion.
Informal warnings, including a threat to seek sanctions. Now, notice how this part is not in quotes. So the informal warning is in quotes, but then he writes, including a threat to seek sanctions made in other pleadings, do not. Where's that in the text? So do not satisfy the strict requirement that a written notice be served on the opposing party prior to filing. Jeff, let me ask you a question. What? Isn't a motion served on the other party?
Yes.
What are we talking about then?
Because as a person who likes rules and strict compliance, I am going to file a motion. Is arguably different than we intend to file motion for sanctions in the future.
Yeah, but we don't even know if that's what it said, because he didn't quote it.
Yeah.
We would have to look at it. We would have to look at that motion for leave to amend.
You made me think like a jingress, and I gave you my answer.
Right. Okay. Your turn.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, I'm catching up. I'm at 36 now.
Sweet. I'm at 45.
Dang it.
36.
5 more?
Yours says at 34 to me. Oh,
mine is 36. It's 36.
Oh, well, all right.
Well, that's what my studio says. That's what the goal says.
All right. Well, your studio's better than mine.
Hey, we have 20 minutes left, folks, to get us up to 50. If whoever gets to 50 first gets to roast the other one for being a loser.
A temporary loser. I had to refresh your screen. That's weird. All right.
Well, my studio went down again. My studio went down. My studio didn't go down. My studio fell down. My child just fell down. Oh, Jesus. I almost spilled my coffee on my keyboard.
That would be bad. Well, my dog fell down. Professionals.
Professional.
Did we finish? Yeah, we did.
Yes,
we finished.
I did. Emphasis
Oh,
in original.
Yes. Clayton's failure to comply with Rule 26 precludes any, underlined, award of sanctions. Factually, Clayton did not comply with the strict procedural requirements of family law rule. Okay, it is 26C2. Even assuming the vague reference to a single phone call with Laura's former counsel on December 27, 2023, included a discussion about Rule 26 and thus satisfied the control requirement, deja vu, requirements of Rule 26C2A, which is far from clear. It is undisputed after the call, Clayton did not serve Laura with a written notice as required by Rule 26C2B, nor did he wait 10 business days to give Laura an opportunity to withdraw her petition. Instead, Clayton's Rule 26 motion was filed on January 3rd, after Laura had already moved to dismiss the action with prejudice on December 28, 2023. Megan, I hit the goal.
The question thus becomes, could the trial court still properly award Rule 26 sanctions when the procedural requirements of the rule were not met, but Laura nevertheless moved to dismiss with prejudice? Surprisingly, published Arizona cases interpreting the safe harbor provision of family law Rule 26 and even Civil Rule 11 are limited in scope and largely silent as to this discrete question. As such, this appears to raise an important matter of first impression for this court.
Okay, let me go back and see what the question was. The question thus becomes, could the trial court properly award Rule 26 sanctions when the procedural requirements of the rule were not met, but Laura nevertheless moved to dismiss with prejudice? Okay, I'm going to go back and say, does it really matter? Because she still has sua sponte, her very own authority and power to give sanctions whenever the hell she pleases. But, of course, David Jingers' response to that would be, what do you know, Utah boy who lives in a foreign country? You're not a licensed Arizona lawyer. So, there you go.
Yeah, that will be his response.
Yes. But I repeat,
You're not a lawyer in Arizona.
I hit the goal.
Shoot, and I'm only at 40.
Now that means I get to read the roast first, but, Megan can do no wrong until the end of January. I mean,
I can still get there because we still I can still read my roast too if we get to 50 in the next 20 minutes, 18 minutes.
And you will be, I promise you will be at 50 by the time I finish reading the roast. That's how much I know people love you too.
All right, are we going to do this? Should we read some super chats first?
Sure. Let's read what got us to the goal. God, we got so many. 109 already. This is stupid.
All right, wait. Where did we leave off?
We left.
Jeff got roasted. Jeff didn't get roasted. That's where we left off. So, Will says, "Hey Jeff, who's this weird chick?" Sorry, Megan. This one's for you, Jeff.
TST13.
And this one's for you too.
Life according to Martin. Hey, thank you, Martin. I know I'm late, but was Megan late? Yeah.
Not for me. I was on time for me.
Until December 31st, she was on time.
Island, thanks for the 2. Says lash tinting is the solution for blonde lashes. I'm really going to need to look into this because I can't wear mascara. It makes my eyes itch and I get all because I also wear contacts. I can't put anything near my eyes. It's a thing. This one's for you. One thing that
very straight me learned in theater, I seem to have allergic or sensitive reactions to mascara. So
now we've learned not only does he know show tunes, but he has worn mascara.
Yeah. It just makes everything go dry and my eyes swell. So I have to look like really super thick eyeliner top and bottom, which I have a phobia about things near my eyes. That's that's my biggest physical body phobia. And so movies where they're showing people are always trying to put a knife or a needle in someone's eye. I just can't even watch it. So I've got to watch some woman I don't know with a pencil just scratch along my eye.
So I'm assuming that you will not be doing LASIK surgery. What's going on with my hair?
No, I almost got I almost got it several times until one person, I manned up and I was like, all right, I'll just do it. And so I asked my friend who just had it for his final opinion on it. And he said, yeah, it was great. It was, I see perfectly fine, but it was just kind of weird when you're staring at a laser and you can smell your own eye burn.
Oh, yeah, no.
Done. See ya.
I was going to do it until I saw the procedure, and they literally peel your cornea up and then they laser it, and like it's like a flap of something, and then they just put it back down, and I'm like, oh no, that's never happening in my eyeballs.
Yeah,
No,
there's apparently something new, but I don't care.
I don't. Me either. I don't care. I won't be doing it. I've decided to save the money for my liposuction for the mommy belly makeover. I've decided to save it for that, and possibly an eye lift, because I have the hooded eyes that are going to grow over my eyeballs soon. So I need to get rid of this flap of skin in here. So I'm going to save the money. Wouldn't this look better? Look, Jeff. Wait.
Don't do that, Megan. Just because you have an exchange student doesn't give you the card to do that.
No. See, it opens your eye. See this? See
one.
this?
Yes.
Look at that. Look at that.
It's her Vulcan impression.
Much different.
Yeah,
Much
yeah.
different.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time in the mirror doing this.
Squats for the eyes. Eye squats.
All right. Tease T. This is yours, Jeff.
15. Just try Botox. You do like eyelid Botox. Is that
Oh God, no Botox. Botox is bad for you. Iron Rabbit, thanks for the 5. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Have fun roasting Jeff. Thank you very much. And Will, this is for you.
Hey, Megan, who's this weird dude? Sorry, Jeff. No, you paid me. I give 0 shits.
And
No
this
F's
one's
are
for you
given.
too.
16 says T's T.
And Wendy Bono. Okay, I guess you figured out who the favorite is. Yeah. Oh, I hit 50. We did it.
Woohoo!
Woo!
All right, now
Right,
let's
I get
catch
to
up.
read mine too. All right, let's see. This is yours,
Who will win?
Jeff.
Matilda.
This one's yours too.
All the way from the Netherlands. How you doing, Matilda, in the Netherlands with the 1.49 euros super sticker. Thank you so much for the super sticker.
And
Matilda.
also for Jeff, the winner.
Sardinisms. Don't. Thanks. Thanks.
And also for Jeff.
More. This super chat is for Megan. My guess is we do 1.5 pages.
We've already gotten through 2, I think. At least.
Somewhere
This
around there.
one's for you, Jeff.
Jacob's proud moderator again, number 18.
And also for Jeff.
Sardinisms. Oh, I see. We got a story. We got a running storyline here. Don't let.
And this one's for you too. Wait, where'd it go?
It can't get worse than yesterday, can it? No. As a matter of fact, no. Barring a complete system failure, no. Sardinism.
more of the
Her.
story.
Don't let her.
This one is also for you.
Oh my, I feel so touched. Can't stomach watching him either. Ew.
And
Mean
finally, one for
Mr.
me.
Gingras.
Matilda, thanks for the Euro super
Woo-hoo.
sticker. Appreciate you. And for Jeff.
Jeff. Sardinism. Don't
And for you, Jeff.
Don't let her win, Jeff. Let the fun begin, says TST, finishing up the paragraph there.
That was pretty epic.
That
I
was
like
pretty
that. All right. And David E. Jones, thanks for the 5. Are there enough LODG victims for a class action suit? Well, they're getting there. They're getting there. Surely they've tortiously affected enough people by now. I don't know. I don't know, but it's getting close. I mean, the podcast studio, we got 3 victims, Greg, Clayton, and Mike. Now a podcast studio, some poor construction guy, a whole Uber. Sit, Uber, sit. Okay. This one's for you, Jeff.
Lauren 90. I heard Yoda is suing Jeff over dog cam footage. The audio is terrible.
Also for you, Jeff.
Adair K with the super sticker.
And one for me from Lauren. Says you're losing because you won't talk about your hair. I'm having a bad hair day. It's all flat on top. I
Not
don't
as bad
know.
as yesterday. It looks nice and shiny today.
It is. It's because it's greasy and I need to wash it. That's why.
Don't say that out loud. 'Cause yes, it is.
All women know this. All right, let's see. This is for you, Jeff.
TST, maybe a class action. Strawberry may join.
Straubs. King Bob, this one's for you. Jeff.
$2 for her.
For her, you're on the
For
wrong
her.
channel. All right, David Gingras. Thank you, David. Thank you for the 5. Fine, taking my money. And for you, Jeff.
Hello, says Tammy. Hello, Tammy Fayette. Nice to see you. Tammy Fayette likes the ASMR. Hello, Tammy Fayette.
That voice makes me feel weird. Okay, Barbara
That's why she likes
Frederick.
it.
Thank you for the 20. Not the hair again. And King Bob sent $2 for Jeff. I'll make sure that he gets that.
Yeah.
And Jennifer Joe, thanks for the $5 super sticker. And for you, Jeff.
Oh, a long one from Baloney Bong, or as we say, Baloney Bong. I took your advice and contacted the publisher after speaking with a lawyer. The property I want is open to licensing. Woo, woo. However, they will not license to a non-publisher. Boo. Looks like I have a new task. Set up a publishing business. Go, haha, publisher, mother effer. There you go. Good job. Way to be proactive.
And hey, Joe. Thank you for the super sticker. Hey, Joe. Appreciate you.
so
And Jeff, this one's for you.
I'm Clayton's first handwritten response he made to her. He made her aware he was going for fees and such. She knew and had plenty of time to back out, and she didn't.
I think so, too. And this is for you,
But
too,
in
Jeff.
fairness, Clayton had plenty of time to back out, too.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
This one's
boy.
for you, Jeff.
Oh, boy. I think I just shut the... Uh-oh. Okay,
What?
So something happened over on the other monitor, and I don't know what it was. Anyway, Wings.
My
Hi.
monitor fell down.
All right, thanks, Wings. Ah!
Rhea Norman, thanks for the 2. This is to help get Megan's running total. I appreciate
Yeah.
that, Rhea. And for you, Jeff.
Jinver, when you say safe haven,
Ah!
all I hear is Tortuga. The island of Tortuga.
And Rhea Norman, thanks for the 2. Higher than Jeff's. And Jim Schuler, this is for you, Jeff. Jacob's Proud Madre, thanks for the 5. I'm loving the nostalgia this morning.
Yes, I am a 55-year-old powerhouse international lawyer. Whatever made you think otherwise, I'm not
This
sure.
one's for you, Jeff.
Hairball.
And also for you.
Excuse me, my non-LASIK eyes can't see. 42, the answer to life, the universe, and everything.
And for you also.
Oh, thank God I'm back to real time and not at 2x speed. That was terrifying.
And Kernak became a YouTube member. Welcome to the Fox Den. It's really weird in here today. It's weirder in here today than normal, but you'll get used to it, or you'll rage quit at some point. But either way, welcome.
Either way.
Jacob's Proud Madre, thanks for the 10. I will pay for an I have my favorites thanks to the 99-cent super sticker. And for Jeff.
Wait, Elaine is here?
And again for Jeff.
I'm hungry. Where's the roast? Says Island.
It's coming. Oh, phrasing. When will I stop with that? I have my favorites.
Gets stupider every time.
And this is for you, Jeff.
Patiently waiting.
And Jennifer, chat approved numbers 11, 26, 42, 69, and 420. No, we've added 11 and 26. It's perfect. Oh, Jacob's Proud Madre, thanks for the 2. Safe Harbor. Safe Harbor. Safe Harbor.
Oh, dude, I'm sweating.
I know, Wiggles, thanks for the 2. This is just for you. Thank you so much. Lisa Loving Life, thanks for the 5. I found you first on Nick's channel and really enjoy all the content you create. Thanks for keeping me entertained. Thanks, Lisa. What a nice
That's a
compliment.
very nice thing to say.
And Tiffany, thanks for the 5. You need some Jordan Peterson soundbite, specifically a carnivore diet will fix that. Or what rules? I'll have to look into that. Tease sent the 2 just for Megan. Ketchup Cash. And
Ketchup
for
Cash.
Jeff.
5 to go.
He sends me 2 and then sends you 5. What the hell is this? We know who he wants to win. We know who he wanted to win. Okay. Or she. I'm actually not sure if T is a he or she. And this one's for that. This one's also for Jeff.
4. Countdown begins.
I see what you did there.
See, that's when you're arriving. first the counting was going up. Now the count's going down.
It's going down. Deborah Mellinger. Thanks for the 2 super sticker. And for Jeff.
Fallen Hero, 4567. Thank you so much.
Craft Granny, Arizona. Please check other payments. Oh.
Wow.
Venmo.
That's just a freebie. Good for you.
Hold on. Was it Venmo?
Oh my God, we've gotten 31 more chats since we've tried to read these.
No, shut up. All right, you guys are so fun. It looks like, what day is today? Oh, it must be on Cash App. Hold on, I'm looking at the wrong thing.
You gotta know when to hold them. Know
when
when to
to
fold.
fold them.
Know when to walk away. Know when to run. There'll be time enough for counting the super chats at the table.
Oh, Beth, thank you so much. I see that I got a Cash App for 5 from Beth.
Sweet.
Who says, for 5 for your 50,000 subs, wish I could send more. Well, 5 is perfectly good enough. Thank you. Anything is good enough. Yeah. Nothing is good enough. A like is good enough. A subscribe is good enough. Being here and listening to...
There'll be time enough for counting super chats when the scrolling's done.
Where are we?
Please check other payments.
This is for you.
Jeff will also owe us doggos.
Oh, yeah. Did you hit the doggo cam?
Not tonight. No.
I have my favorites. Thanks for the 99 cents. Oh. And for Jeff, tease tea again.
I got to go help Megan.
Don't sound so excited. All right, let's see. Jim Schuler for you also, Jeff.
Vote for Sauerbraten.
And for me, finally, MFN. Thanks for the 2. Appreciate that. And for Jeff again.
Thank you, Pop Print 123. If this one goes to Yoda and Strawberry, do they get to roast Megan? Safe harbor.
King Bob for Jeff.
Super sticker. Thanks, King Bob.
And for Jeff.
Sardinisms. I haven't followed this case closely. Well, we clearly aren't either anymore. Why are they in family court when there's no family? Well, that's the question.
That is the question. There are no babies.
Although
no babies at all.
But there wasn't, but then there was, but then there were, but then she's not sure, but now there's not.
The babies died. The babies didn't die. I don't know. Nobody knows.
The TLDR, she got a blowjob. Well, he got 2 blowjobs. She got pregnant with twins. So she wanted to affirm paternity. She wanted to confirm paternity. So she filed a, shall we say, premature lawsuit asking for paternal declarations against the recipient of her oral pleasures. And then mysteriously, the fetuses were no longer there, either never or.
But you're missing the fake sonogram and all the other fake shit.
Oh, yeah.
And the judge found her to be a perjurer and referred her to the prosecution. So, yeah, not so good. But now they're appealing, and that's what we're reading, and it's really fucking boring. So we're doing this instead.
So we're going instead. Yeah.
So we're having a super chat war instead.
And literally, this has been going on for exactly a year.
Mm-hmm.
So,
not for us. It's been going on for 2 years for Clayton.
Yeah.
Clayton Echard, former bachelor, by the way. Okay. Whose was this? This is mine. Tease T, thanks for the 2. Come on, chat. Get that catch up cash out.
Because remember, Victoria she was going over to help you.
Thanks for the 5. If you know, you know, no. That's right. If you know, you know. And Tease T, 10 to go. Tease T, we can do it. Aw,
I love Tease T.
And Jeff.
One for me. Wow. Good morning. Coffee. I'm trapped at home, foggy and icy road, so I chose to be tortured by Gingras nonsense. Well, I'm glad you think it's his nonsense and not us that's torturing you.
Well, that's true. Kernak, thanks for the 5. Catch up to Jeff. Frederick, thanks for the sexy money. Safe harbor.
It was getting tiring.
Jennifer Joe, thanks for the 2 super sticker. And Tease T, we have to get to the goal. Thanks for the 2. Patricia Cerny, thanks for the 10. Rock, paper, scissors on who goes first on the challenge. Well, it's going to be Jeff because he won. He won fair and square. Jacob's Proud Madre, thanks for the 2. Goals are meant to be met. And Rach Hunting, thanks for the 2. Lens replacement surgery, Jeff.
Hell no.
That sounds horrible.
This is lens replacement surgery.
Yep, there you go.
That's my lens replacement.
The 5. We got you, Megan. Thank you, TSD. Jacob's Proud Madre sent $2 and a bunch of hearts. And Jennifer Joth sent another super sticker. Thank you so much. And Sweet One Canadian 5. If I know that you know that they know, then we know. You know? Yeah, I do. I know. Or do I know? No. Tiffany, thanks for the 2. OMG, I'm back to 2 times and I'm 2 times speed and I'm terrified. Lisa, loving life, thanks for the 2. LASIK is painless and it works. I don't care.
No, it doesn't. Or I don't care if it does.
I don't care if it does. It's painful for me to look at how it's done,
Yes.
so I'm not going to get it done to me. Iron Rabbit, thanks for the 2. Had laser cataract surgery. Weird, but doesn't hurt.
Sure.
Dana Creasy, thanks for the 5. Jingris ad hominem fun nut is most recent ad cult, etc.
Sure. Okay.
Fun nut? Fund nut? Fund nut. I'm not understanding that. I think it was probably a typo, but that's okay. Thank you so much for the 5. Brandis Abercrombie, thanks for the 2. Pity chat. Pity chat. And this is for you, Jeff.
Yes, Megan. I saw this stream on your channel, then scrolled past it to watch on Jeff's channel. Sorry. Harsh.
Harsh.
But thanks
Very
for the
harsh.
super chat.
That's okay. That's what we're doing here, though. You have your fans. I have mine. Some of them go back and forth. Idaho Wiggles, thanks for the 2. Get her done. And Debbie Florio, safe harbor. Island, who's in charge of the compilation clip? Idaho Wiggles, thanks for the 2. Just want you to win. Well, I didn't win. You may have wanted it, but you didn't make it happen now, did you? Yes. Jeff won over this guy over here. He won. Aussie Kiss, thanks for the 5. It's 2:06 a.m. Wednesday morning here. I always wear my Depends while watching you guys. That's always a good choice. It's always a good life choice, just in case. Daily Dysfunction gifted 1 Megan Fox membership. Welcome to the Fox Den, whoever got that. It's super weird here, but I think you'll get used to it. If not, there are antibiotics or something that you could search for to help. King Bob, thanks for the super sticker. And we are finally through all of that. Jeff, it's time.
It is.
Time for the roast.
Sophie says, I did 1 hour in Megan's channel. Now I'm in Jeff's because I like both. We've been doing this an hour and we've read like 2 pages.
I know.
Christ. We're going to buckle down here.
We're going to buckle down after this. Okay.
Thank you, everybody. That was stupid. This is so fun. Thank you, guys.
Are you ready? Jeff is now going to roast me because he won the super chat war. And you all love him more. And I will never forget that.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Megan Fox, the journalist who thinks a YouTube channel and a selfie stick qualify for a Pulitzer. Megan, darling, your investigative journalism is about as deep as a kiddie pool in a drought. You've managed to turn the noble art of reporting into a reality TV show where the only drama is your struggle with basic facts. Your idea of breaking news seems to be whatever fits into a 10-minute video with clickbait titles like what they don't want you to know. Your interviews? Oh, well, they're a masterpiece of modern journalism. They're like watching someone try to solve a Rubik's Cube with one hand tied behind their back. Entertaining for the wrong reasons. Here's a tip, Megan. Asking, so what do you think about that? Isn't a probing journalism. It's what you say when you've run out of actual questions. And your analysis? Bless your heart. It's as insightful as a fortune cookie, except less believable. You've turned conspiracy theories into an art form, not because you're uncovering hidden truth, but because you've mastered the art of confusing correlation with causation. It's a little bit harsh.
Oh, everyone does that.
But let's give credit
Come
where
on,
credit's
Jeff.
due. You've certainly mastered the art of self-promotion. Your YouTube channel might be a journalistic disaster zone, but your ability to keep viewers hooked with your dramatic pauses and the signature "I'm onto something big" look is unmatched. In the end, Megan, you're not just a journalist. You're a reminder to every journalism school that they need to teach YouTube Clickbait 101 to prepare students for the real world. Here's to hoping one day that you'll trade in your camera for a notepad and actually learn something about the craft you're butchering. Until then, keep entertaining us, Megan. The world needs its share of unintentional comedy after all.
Unintentional comedy is good. That's good. That's very valid.
That's the roast of you.
That would be Grok's roast, right? So I asked it to do you too.
All right, great.
Should I read it?
I'm sure.
I have no idea what it says.
I didn't either. Still read this.
Ladies and gentlemen, gather round because we're about to dive into the legal spectacle that is the legal vices. Here's a guy who thinks who's the courtroom jester, but let's be real. He's more like the court's court jester. Emphasis on the extra court because he's always in one, either as a spectator or, let's face it, the punchline.
Oops.
You're either in court or in court, you know?
Yeah. Court.
First off, if legal advice came with a warning label, his would read, may cause more problems than solutions. Use at your own risk.
Oh, no.
He's the kind of lawyer who, when you need a Hail Mary, ends up throwing a fumble.
No.
His strategy seems to be to wing it and hope for the best, which is probably why his clients often end up with sentences longer than his legal arguments.
Ouch.
Ouch. And let's talk about his social media presence.
No.
If there was an award for most likely to tweet your way into contempt, Legal Vices would be the unanimous winner. He's out here tweeting about evil plans, like he's auditioning for a villain role in a B movie. What's next? A how-to guide on 10 steps to accidentally incriminate your client? This sounds like what Gingras. This is a roast of. This is a roast of Gingras.
Yeah,
this is what he does.
No, I'm threatened.
But here's the kicker. He's so confident about his legal acumen, he might as well be wearing a cape. Unfortunately, it's not a superhero cape. It's more like the blanket with Nick Cage's face on it that he uses to cover up his case losses.
You didn't really say that.
No, I added that.
Oh, good.
Every
I'm like, I'm like, wait a
That
minute.
would be really, really, really scary.
Brock really is digging way too deep into my timeline.
Every time he steps into a courtroom, you can bet the judge is already drafting the next restraining order against his antics.
It's the Bruce roast.
And let's not forget his fashion sense in court.
Oh, dear.
If there was ever a case of dress for the job you want, he's dressed for the job he thinks he deserves, which is somewhere between circus ringmaster and failed politician. The only thing more outlandish than his suits are his legal theories.
Oh, no.
In conclusion, Legal Vices, you might think you're the sharpest tool in the shed, but in the legal world, you're more like the rusty nail at Turtle Purgatory that everyone steps on by accident. Here's to hoping your next big case is defending your online reputation, because if there's one thing you've roasted better than anyone, it's your own credibility.
Oh, no.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, no.
Oh
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Jeff is now crying.
I'm just laughing. so
Grok,
hard.
Grok made Jeff cry.
Whew. All right.
Hey, Joe has a good point. We've never seen Jeff dressed for court. That's true.
I had to throw away a suit coat because I kept it hanging on my my coat rack in my office, and it's like right next to the window, and the sun like completely bleached one side of it out. That's how infrequently I wear a jacket. It was there for emergencies, and an emergency came up, and I'm like, well, when the fuck did that happen? Because I can't wear this. Yeah, so you're not the only one.
All right.
Oh, that was
Are we
fun.
going back to this now?
Let's do it.
We have to go back to this. All right.
Well, what page are we on, by the way?
I am now declaring
22.
that the secret word is now over.
Yeah, let's do
because
that.
my throat hurts.
Let's do that. That's fair enough. Chat, you guys are so awesome.
Awesome.
Love
Definitely
all you.
fun. Where do we leave off?
I'm just going to start right here.
Okay.
Should we start
Sounds
at the top? I don't know.
No.
All right.
We already did that.
I don't know where we are, but let's just start here.
Let's
question-
start in the middle of the page.
I know we're skipping this thing. After Laura had already moved it. Okay, the question thus becomes, could the trial court still properly award Rule 26 sanctions when the procedural requirements of the rule were not met, but Laura nevertheless moved to dismiss with prejudice? Surprisingly, we already read this. It appears to be a matter of first impression there. It's your turn, Megan.
Thankfully, this court will not write on a blank slate. There is extensive federal authority on this issue, which this court may properly consider. Blah, blah, blah. Arizona state courts consider federal court interpretation of Rule 11. Federal courts faced with the same problem have repeatedly agreed when a party is, I like how it's underlined. God, I hate this guy.
One thing I do want to point out, he said Arizona courts consider federal court interpretation of Rule 11, not are bound to follow.
Right.
Whether they are or not, I don't know, because I'm not an Arizona lawyer. But if they're required to, he should have said state courts are required to follow federal court interpretation. He just said they must consider.
And federal courts faced with the same problem have repeatedly agreed, underlined. When a party is accused of a Rule 11 violation, but the technical requirements of the rule are not strictly followed to the letter, or the accused party moves to dismiss, sanctions are unavailable as a matter of law under Rule 11 or any other authority. I just heard hangry coughing. I need to go check on him. He's sick.
All right.
I need to go give him his medicine so he's awake. Hold on. I'll be right back.
I'll let you know if you miss anything exciting.
I'm sure I won't.
All right. Hello, chat. You're all mine now. That straightforward result was succinctly explained by a recent Maricopa County Superior Court decision, which perfectly summarized and then fully adopted the standards of Rule 11 by citing exclusively to federal case law. Citation remains as original. Okay, so let's see what this interpretation is. Subsection 2, blah, 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 of the so-called safe harbor provisions is intended, if the so-called safe harbor provisions is intended to give the offending party the opportunity to withdraw the offending pleading and thereby escape sanctions. Okay, no problem with that so far. The so-called safe harbor, that's why they have this safe harbor provision to allow, we're going to do this. You got 10 days to withdraw, and then you have that safe harbor period that gives you that opportunity to withdraw the offending pleading and thereby escape sanctions. I have no problem with that so far. A party is not entitled to seek or obtain Rule 11 sanctions if it fails to comply with the safe harbor requirements. Okay, if you don't follow the safe harbor requirements, you don't get to obtain sanctions under Rule 11. It doesn't say a party entitled to seek or obtain Rule 11 sanctions or any other sanctions. It just says a party is not entitled to seek or obtain Rule 11 sanctions if it fails to meet the requirements. So, failure to comply with the safe harbor provisions precludes an award of Rule 11 sanctions. Okay, see, now that's different than what he said up here. What he said up here was if you don't strictly follow it, sanctions are unavailable as a matter of law under Rule 11 or any other authority. He didn't, this judgment doesn't say anything about any other authority, including the court's own authority to pass down sanctions just because they think you deserve them. This is entirely about precluding awarding Rule 11 sanctions, or you're not entitled to seek or obtain Rule 11. There's nothing about or any other authority or any other type of sanctions there. So let's see if he pulls his ass out of this particular file. This other case here is a denying Rule 11 motion for sanction. Again, we're stuck on Rule 11. Denying Rule 11 motion for sanctions where the motion was filed without strict compliance with safe harbor provision or a rule, and we declared that dead, didn't we? And explaining a demand for dismissal and a threat to seek sanctions does not transform a settlement demand into a Rule 11 compliant notice. Citing this case here, the Rule 11 threats do not transform settlement letters demanding dismissal of claims into communication that complied with Rule 11 safe harbor provision. Unpublished authority is cited for persuasive value only, pursuant to Arizona Superior Court, blah, blah, Supreme Court, blah, blah, blah. The result is that sanctions cannot be awarded when the procedural requirements of the rule are not followed, or a party moves to voluntarily dismiss. is not only required by the plain language of the rule, but also by the underlying purpose of the rule. To streamline resolution of cases by encouraging parties to withdraw untenable claims without fear of life-altering consequences. Again, we are stuck on this wording of under Rule 11. He said under Rule 11 or any other authority, you cannot do sanctions. He's only said you can't do Rule 11 sanctions if you don't follow the requirements to obtain Rule 11 sanctions. I personally don't have a problem with that. But to just say, okay, but you don't get to do anything else because of it. Okay, hi, Megan. Welcome back.
Hi. If I hear the word sanction one more time, I'm going to gouge my eardrums out.
So what you've missed is he said they're not in because they didn't follow the Rule 11 sanction requirements. They're not entitled to request sanctions under Rule 11 or any other authority. Then he's gone on for 2 pages about how you can't obtain Rule 11 sanctions. Like here, the
no sanctions for
Rule
you.
11. They move under sanctions under Rule 11. Rule 11 sanctions are not available. It doesn't say, he hasn't said one thing about or any other authority. He just keeps saying if you don't follow the Rule 11 requirements, you don't get Rule 11. And I personally don't have a problem with that. I mean, fine. But he hasn't shown a reason why she can't give sanctions under her own authority.
Spoiler, she can.
So yeah, and then he quotes, a demand for dismissal or a threat to seek sanctions doesn't transform settlement into a Rule 11 compliance. But just none of this has anything to do with the judge's authority to sua sponte or under her own authority hand down sanctions. Forget Rule 11, but he's focusing on Rule 11. There you go.
Is it my turn?
Sure.
This result, that sanctions cannot be awarded when the procedural requirements of the rule are not followed. Where's the button, Jeff? We need the button.
We'll get there.
Or a party moves to voluntarily dismiss, is not only required by the plain language of the rule, but also by the underlying purpose of the rule.
Oh, whoa. So now we're into purposes. Forget the black letter when it's inconvenience for me. Now let's talk about the spirit of the law, because the letter of the law may be problematic. Oh, I see. He's a fair weather rule person.
Yes, the underlying purpose of the rule to streamline resolution of cases by encouraging parties to withdraw. Oh, this is rich. Yeah. Streamline. There is nothing streamlined about Laura Owens's behavior in court cases. She's done everything she could. She did everything she could to drag this out, to keep him in court as long as she could, including taking how many DNA tests? 3? They came back 4. 4. One got lost in the mail. In the mail. They came back little to no fetal DNA, and yet she continued to say the testing is ongoing. What's streamlined about that? This to streamline resolution of cases by encouraging parties to withdraw untenable claims without fear of life-altering consequences. She had lots of opportunities to do that. The Ninth Circuit has recognized that core purpose. These provisions are intended to provide a type of safe harbor against motion. No, chat. No. Against motions under Rule 11 in the party, that a party will not be subject to sanctions on the basis of another party's motion used to withdraw that position. Under the former rule, parties were sometimes reluctant to abandon a questionable contention, lest that be viewed as evidence of a violation of Rule 11. Under the revision, the timely withdrawal of a contention will protect a party against a motion for sanctions.
I want to look at this again a little bit closer. Provisions intended to provide a type of safe harbor against motions under Rule 11, not against not against the judge just going, you're getting sanctions. Any party will not be subject to sanctions on the basis of another party's motion, unless after receiving the motion it refused to withdraw its position. Again, we're still just talking about Rule 11, not about the judge's
We're not talking
authority.
Nothing about the judge and the judge's power to grant sanctions if she should choose to.
Because that's what he said. It precludes sanctions under Rule 11 or, quote, any other authority. I haven't seen anything about any other authority yet. While our state court decisions have been less clear about the safe harbor's purpose, Arizona courts nevertheless agree. Rule 11 and ARS Section 12349 share the common purpose of promoting judicial economy by deterring meritless and wasteful litigation. All right.
Again, Oh, wait, no, you're still going. Okay.
No,
We're still on that paragraph.
Well, you can comment if it's, go ahead, comment away.
No, I have no comment. I was starting to read. I thought we were done with this paragraph.
Yeah, the purpose of Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 11 is to promote judicial economy. Rule 11 must be read in light of concerns that it will spawn satellite litigation and chill vigorous advocacy.
Vigorous advocacy. It's another
vigorous violation.
Vigorous advocacy. Again, while there is a dearth of published state court documents on this issue, I like that word, dearth, federal courts have answered this question repeatedly. Laura explained this at length in her motion for judgment on the pleadings. Yes, we know he's very good at lengthy arguments.
They just lack girth and substance.
And merit.
Wait. Oh, I can't do my cringe face. In that motion, Laura cited several extremely helpful cases, including this one and that one.
I have a cringe face. Here, you want to see the cringe face I have?
Yeah.
This is an old one, but it's still funny. This is from the Kowalski trial. A little callback from the Kowalski trial. I'm leaving that up there forever, by the way. This is never coming off my StreamYard. Because I, honest to God, I mean, is that not the best
It's
face?
totally perfect.
It's perfect. In Westerkamp, the defendant gave written notice threatening to seek Rule 11 sanctions based on a frivolous pleading filed by the plaintiff. 8 days later, within the safe harbor period of 8 days later, within the safe harbor period of Rule 11, that's like us reading this motion right now.
8 days later.
8 days later. Within the safe harbor period of Rule 11, as Laura did here, even though no valid written notice was ever sent, the plaintiff moved to voluntarily dismiss the case. In Westerkamp, despite the plaintiff's clear attempt to invoke the safe harbor of Rule 11 by moving to dismiss before sanctions were sought, the defendant still moved for sanctions.
Well, the district court denied the motion. The court held Rule 11 sanctions were unavailable. Well, what about sanctions under other authority? As a matter of
still
law,
not mentioned.
Still not mentioned. Because the plaintiff had every right to invoke the safe harbor without punishment. Defendant's basis for even threatening to seek Rule 11 sanctions based on the allegedly frivolous pleadings, let alone formally moving for such sanctions, evaporated on March 2nd, 2023. When plaintiff's counsel offered to stipulate a dismissal of the entire case with prejudice. Westerkamp.
I just learned last night that Tug could speak German when he was a kid. Did you hear that part?
Yeah, I did.
I learned that for the first time, and I thought, because he was talking about how he forgot how to speak it because they moved back. But boy, what interesting tidbits. This guy has had a life, hasn't he?
He has.
Grew up speaking German and now still dreams in it, which is hilarious to me. Tug having dreams in German is just, there's something really funny about that.
And scary.
And a little scary. Okay. Well,
I will bring the sledgehammer. I will crush you.
If you ran your mouth like that in real life to me, I will beat you with a fucking hammer.
I will beat you with the fucking hammer.
Somebody clip that for Tug, please. I will beat you.
Mit these hammers.
He showed me a picture. Somebody gave him a mace, by the way. He has a mace now.
Oh, dear.
So not only does Tug have a hammer, but he has a spiked mace. Watch out, folks. His doorbell reloads and he wields a mace. And he's like, what would I use this for? And the guy who gave it to him, he goes, style points.
Wow.
Oh, he cracks me up. All right. Because the alleged wrongdoer in Westerkamp, the plaintiff, offered to withdraw his complaint and dismiss the action with the safe harbor, and before the defendant moved for Rule 11 sanctions, the court held it was powerless to even consider sanctions. Once plaintiff moved for voluntary dismissal, Defendant was precluded from filing the Rule 11 motion. God, is it me or am I just? I get your point, Jingris. You've made it like 8 million times.
Yeah.
We get it. You've made the argument for the Rule 11, but can we just move on?
Nope.
The underlying purpose of the safe harbor precludes a movement's ability to move for sanctions, given the offending pleading had already been withdrawn. Voluntary dismissal. Okay, we get it. Can we get to the next point?
Nope. The posture of Westerkampf is not similar to this case. It is identical. Here, like Westerkampf, Laura commenced the proceedings, but then, once Clayton's counsel verbally threatened sanctions, Laura immediately moved to dismiss with prejudice the very next day. On December 28th, 2023, before... God, Megan, did you know it was before? Did you know?
Did I know? Yeah, I think I understood that. Yeah, I think so.
Just wanted to make sure you understood it was before.
Uh-huh.
Clayton's Rule 26 motion was filed. As the court held in Westerkamp, the fact Laura moved to withdraw her petition before, again, just in case before any motion for sanctions was filed, caused the basis for Clayton's motion to evaporate.
I don't know why he's still even talking about this, because they withdrew the freaking motion.
Hoping the judge's resolve will evaporate. In short.
Evaporation.
Evaporate. Good times. Come on.
Oh, God.
It's beginning to look a lot like evaporation. Every time you plead. In short, once Laura invoked the safe harbor, her reward was protection against sanctions. If only she had used other protections. The timely withdrawal of a contention will protect a party against a motion for sanctions.
Here, the trial court plainly erred when it ignored the law. Is it erred or aired? I always say aired, but is it erred?
I would say aired.
I say the same thing. Okay,
yes,
fine. Here, the trial court plainly erred when it ignored the law and refused to accept Laura's safe harbor invoking motion to dismiss. The court further erred as a matter of law by sanctioning Laura after she invoked the safe harbor. Both errors require reversal of the sanctions award and remand with instruction. But see, this doesn't make sense, because the judge did not award sanctions based on 11 or 26. The judge gave sanctions based on her own power and authority to do so.
I'm the judge and you're not.
That's right. The judge was like,
don't get brazen with me.
you know, like, don't, you're going to pay. I've seen judges put lawyers in handcuff a lawyer to a chair in court. You don't need a rule for that. That's because the judge says so. That's why.
Yeah.
So none of this makes this does not, they didn't ask for sanctions based on 11 or 26. He withdrew that motion. So why did he spend, what page are we on?
20 something. 29.
26 pages. Spent 29 pages discussing Rule 26 and 11, which don't even apply. That's how I see this. If I'm the appeals court, I'm like, who the fuck cares?
Well, see, that's kind of the point. And that it's just a bad writing thing. And you know that because you're a journalist. You say what you need to say. If you continue to harp on it, people just tune out and they're like, what is this guy on about? He's made his point. They start to just like not believe you. They just start to go, okay, what's going on? Why are you still talking? Shut up. And they're not inclined to agree with you. It's very unpersuasive.
Very unpersuasive.
I'm just gonna look. You can't do this because of this, and this case. Now knock it off, judge, and you move on.
God, the court further erred in the matter of law by sanctioning Laura after she invoked the safe harbor. Both errors require reversal of the sanctions award and remand with instructions to grant Laura's request to dismiss with prejudice. I disagree because there's no error because there was no.
You know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Yep. There's no error because that's not what the judge gave the sanctions based on.
That is my recollection.
That's what happened. That's the truth. That is what happened.
That's your truth, Megan. And you can it's not Laura's truth.
Well, that nobody has Laura's truth. That's true. That's a whole other thing.
Insert cringe face here. This conclusion is further supported. This conclusion is further supported by another helpful, yes, because we need another helpful and even more closely analogous case cited by Laura. Was it cited by Laura or was it cited by you? In her motion for judgment on the pleadings, Daniel Radcliffe v. Rainbow Construction Company. In that case, like here, the defendant, Rainbow, filed a motion for Rule 11 sanctions without first providing...
He talked about this. He already quoted this case. I remember reading it a few pages back.
A few times.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Did he do a copy-paste thing where he forgot that he did this and then he pasted it in again? Because he's done that before.
He's repeating with slightly different words.
Okay, great.
In that case, like here, the defendant, Rainbow, filed a motion for Rule 11 sanctions without first providing a written pre-motion notice to the alleged offender, the plaintiff, Radcliffe. Procedurally, the Westerkamp Radcliffe is identical to this case.
I doubt it. Even though nothing is identical to this case. Even though Rainbow failed to follow the requirements of Rule 11, like Clayton, the trial court held sanctions could still be awarded on the court's own initiative. Finally, we get to the court's own initiative. The same legal conclusion applied here. In fact, like Judge Mata did here, the trial court in Radcliffe held a literal application of the safe harbor provision was unnecessary in this case.
Okay.
The trial court then awarded $75,000 in sanctions. He's going to say now it was reversed on appeal.
On appeal, the Ninth Circuit reversed.
Well, first of all, the Ninth Circuit is retarded. But I know that for a fact.
Well, out there in Utah land, we refer to it as the Ninth Circus.
Circus, yes. We all refer to it as the Ninth Circus. So whatever the Ninth Circus has done, you can rest assured it's probably wrong.
Yeah.
Or stupid, or both.
The court explained when a party seeks a Rule 11 sanction, they must comply with the text of the rule. I have no problem with that. Compliance is mandatory, not optional. Rules are rules, man.
Smokey, this is not Nam. This is bowling. There are rules.
Hey, well,
When strict compliance does not occur, a trial court cannot gratuitously fix the mistake by converting a defective Rule 11 motion into a sua sponte motion, even though Rule 11 otherwise permits sua sponte sanctions.
I would need to know if this party withdrew their Rule 11 motion.
Yeah.
I would need to know if it is the same, because there was a withdrawal of the Rule 26 motion. And that made it
Rule 11 motion.
There
pending.
was no 26. There was no rule pending. It was no motion pending. And the judge absolutely has the authority that is in the rules to give sanctions to anybody she wants. The attorneys, the litigants.
So even though they failed to follow the requirements, the trial court held sanctions could still be awarded. There's nothing to indicate that it was withdrawn.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it wasn't withdrawn. The court said, okay, even though you didn't qualify for the rules, it's still there, and I'm going to use my sua sponte powers.
Yeah, it makes me think that the Rule 11 was denied, and then the judge. But even then, couldn't the judge still do that? I don't understand why you couldn't do that.
Well, apparently the Ninth Circuit said no.
Well, that doesn't hold a lot of weight with me.
The mistake by converting it to a Rule 11. There was no Rule 11 motion pending at the time the sanctions were.
Right. There wasn't.
That's my recollection.
No, that's absolutely what happened. It was withdrawn. Then several months went by before the trial. And then at the trial, that's when the judge decided to sanction her because she's a liar.
I just have to say that's my recollection.
She lied?
In case someone wants to call me a liar because I misremembered a tiny little fact. So,
Yeah.
That's my recollection. All right.
The Ninth Circuit rejected this attempt to run around the rule's safe harbor. Thus, to ensure the safe harbor was not stripped of all value, The court held a non-compliant Rule 11 motion by a party cannot be converted into a sua sponte motion by the court because doing so would eviscerate the safe harbor function of the rule. And I don't think that's what happened here. We reject Rainbow's argument that the district court's order for sanctions can be interpreted as a Rule 11 motion on the court's own initiative. What? We reject the argument that the district court's order for sanctions can be interpreted as a Rule 11 motion on the court's own initiative. So that says the opposite of what he's saying.
Well, it continues.
Oh, the provision does not require 20-day advance notice. We reject Rainbow's contention because it was Rainbow, not the court, that initiated the award of sanctions. The district court's discussion of the safe harbor provision in its order concerning sanctions serves to emphasize this point. It would render Rule 11 safe harbor provision meaningless to permit a party's non-compliant motion to be converted automatically into a court-initiated motion, thereby escaping the service requirement. The motion was withdrawn.
Yep.
That's was no motion. You can't convert a motion that isn't pending. There's no motion to convert.
That's the way I see it.
Because Rainbow did not follow the mandatory service procedure of Rule 11, we reversed the award of sanctions. Yeah, this is not the same thing.
No, it's totally analogous. It's exactly the same, except it's not.
Except it's not.
Totally different.
Oh, Radcliffe, look at this. Lots of emphasis added. What? I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before, ever. Lots of, oh my God.
Lots of emphasis added.
Hashtag yikes.
Can't hear it anymore.
You can't hear it?
Now I can.
I love Snake Chorus.
The Ninth Circuit in Radcliffe got it exactly right. Well, they may well have. In Radcliffe, in Rule 11 and Family Law Rule 26 are not single-sided coins used only to punish. On the contrary, these rules serve as powerful dual functions, acting as both a sword to punish bad conduct, but also a shield to encourage and reward good behavior by allowing pleadings to be withdrawn without fear of crippling sanctions. That is the whole point of a safe harbor, to provide safety.
But it only applies when there's a motion pending. I would think. To be sure, Rules 11 and 26 do allow courts to punish violators sua sponte when the facts warrant it. Well,
what?
Affirming sua sponte sanctions under Rule 11, courts have noted sua sponte sanctions are extremely rare. Well, so is a person like Laura Owens, extremely rare, and will ordinarily be issued only in situations that are akin to contempt of court. Oh my God. Oh, I can't. Come on. What do you call perjuring yourself in court? What do you call changing your story in court? What do you call admitting to giving the false discovery to the other side in court in front of the judge? Would you call that extraordinary? Would you call that contempt? Because I would.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Wait, I have something here. Let's see. Where did it go?
That motherfucker back there is not real.
This guy cannot be real. Like, he cannot be real. How does he put this in here? I would use this as my argument.
I just like copy and paste this. This is my response.
Yeah, this is my response to this. How is this possible?
You are a meathead.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Quiet.
This is so absurd.
This is stupid. Why?
To be sure, let's just read that again. To be sure, Rule 11 and 26 do allow courts to punish violators sua sponte when the facts warrant it. Affirming sua sponte sanctions under Rule 11, courts have noted sua sponte sanctions are extremely rare and will ordinarily be issued only in situations that are akin to contempt of court.
She lied.
Yeah, that would do it.
I move for a bad court thingy. You mean a mistrial? Yeah.
I can't believe it's a law firm. We win your case or your next pizza's free.
Oh my God.
This is the 30 pages plus or minus the index of saying, can't do it, can't do it. Well, they can do it.
Get the fucking chainsaws ready.
I can't. I've had enough of this. I can't even. I would absolutely cut and paste this and make it my entire argument against this.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Oh, we've got 10 more super chats. Should we read them?
Yes, you
It
should go.
encourages people
You
to
should
give
get.
more.
You need to get that other one from that movie on the board. The one that says, "You're not wrong. You're just an asshole." I love that one. Where did we leave off? Let's see. I think right here. King Bob, thanks for the super sticker. Dana Creasy, thanks for the 5. Supposed to be fund. Nut most recent ad hominem. Lost my period. Ah!
Yeah.
Green Veggie Bees, thanks for the 5. And now I'm in the hospital. At least I'm awake this time. I both love and hate you. Debbie Florio, thanks for the 2 for lozenges. You're going to need them after this. I know. And I have a huge stream tonight at 8. I need to save my voice. And for Jeff.
Hey, I want to know where Jeff purchases his hats. The flat caps I purchased from Aran Sweater Market in Ireland, the Aran, A-R-A-N Sweater Market, and my cowboy hats I purchased from millerhats.com in Houston, Texas.
I love your hat today. It's a good hat. Definitely. And this one's for you too.
Oh, I forgot we were even reading this. This is garbage. Yes. Hope you're not looking for an argument.
David Woodmansey, thanks for the 5. If I hear Section 26 one more time, I'm liable to claim I'm pregnant. Yep.
Oh, no.
Stop mentioning Rule 26 or we're having the babies, David. Sarah Hellbill, thanks for the 10. Megan, I don't know if you saw over the weekend, a legal commentator, Lauren Conlon, I did see this, had a human lie detector on her stream to go over Laura's September blog post, and it's fascinating. Highly recommend. I did watch it, and it was amazing. Jeff, have you seen it?
What is a human lie detector?
Oh, we should watch that instead of read the rest of this garbage. It's so much better.
We're halfway done.
But we can finish tomorrow on your channel, can't we?
Let's at least finish this argument.
Oh, fine. LESB, thanks for the 2. Just hopped on. Here's some love, Megan. Well, I appreciate that.
Oh, see, they just got me to the win, and now they're just like, let's give everything else to Megan.
Well, I guess we could set another goal.
Nah, it's been really super generous. You can, but
Nah.
I'm too lazy to type something.
Everybody's been super generous. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Let's
we
not
actually
push
hit
it.
2 ridiculous goals right there.
And I have another stream later tonight. Save your breadsticks, folks. Save your breadsticks.
Well, save your Megan breadsticks.
Yes, don't save your Jeff ones. Just give them now.
Oh,
I'm gonna go get me a drink.
Even strawberries had enough. Okay, so this is a really dumb thing to say. Wait, where did our really dumb? Okay, yeah. Can I? All right, to be sure. Okay, that's it. So we can do it, and ordinarily only be issued that are akin to, and there's nothing akin to contempt of court in this case. Certainly not. Cringe face. But as the committee comments to the 1993 amendment to Rule 11 make clear, that power requires an order to show cause, which did not occur here. Aha! So they're saying if the judge wants to do their own thing, they have to have an order to show cause. But now, see,
I would doubt that in family court where she practices.
See, these are committee comments. These are the comments of the committee that wrote these rules. Just said this was our thought process as we were drafting this very specific wording. The comments just sort of kind of give you a little bit of guidelines, a little bit of enlightenment into what is being thought of by the drafters of the rule. They're not part of the rule. Otherwise, they would be part of the rule. So didn't know if
Well,
you
so
heard-
that's interesting. So he had to go all the way to the committee comments to find this. So it didn't make it into the. Did it not make it into the rule?
That's it exactly. But I think we have the rule down here. I think probably
Okay.
not. We'll see. And sua sponte sanctions are payable only to the court, which did not occur here. She hasn't paid anybody. Furthermore, sua sponte sanctions cannot be imposed when a party moves to voluntarily dismiss before a show cause order is issued. All right, let's see here. The power of the court to act on its own initiative is retained, but with the condition that this be done through a show cause order. This procedure provides the person with notice and an opportunity to respond. The revision provides that a monetary sanction imposed after a court-initiated show cause order be limited to a penalty payable to the court, and that it be imposed only if the show cause order is issued before any voluntary dismissal. I'd have to look to see what the actual effect or impact of the advisory committee notes are.
Well, and also, does this apply? A lot of things don't apply to family court that apply in other civil courts and criminal courts.
Was Woodnick on the advisory committee? Was that what
Yes.
was that his role? Because I know you mentioned yesterday he had a role in drafting.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was on the advisory committee, but I mean, probably if that was who does the drafting of the rule.
I wonder if anybody with access to his email would like to send him a question and ask about the the effect and power of the advisory committee's comments regarding the rule. I wonder what he's
I would do that, but I feel like he's probably very busy writing his
response. Yeah,
response.
I'm
that
sure
he's
yes.
due on December 24th, and so now might not be the best time to actually ask that question because
2
I'm
weeks
probably
from
going to
now.
get a big nothing in reply.
2 weeks
Greg's
from now,
funny.
we'll have our answer.
Greg's funny. I mean, he's responded to me like twice, right? When I asked him for like press responses, and yeah, he can be a little short. So I'm assuming that that when he has a deadline coming up on the 24th, he is not going to want to respond to my bullshit.
Well, we will have his response to this in 2 weeks. Trust
Right.
me.
I think I'll
will
just
be in there.
I think I'll just wait to see what he has to say.
Yeah. I have a
Advisory
sneaky
committee
suspicion.
notes.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, advisory committee notes to 1993 amendment of federal, our civil procedure, whatever. See also all this crap. Adopting committee notes to Rule 11 as providing court cannot impose sua sponte sanctions unless a show cause order was issued before any voluntary dismissal or an agreement of the parties to settle.
Okay, so there's been a court case that says that.
Okay.
Interesting. All right, but there's going to be an answer to it, so let's see what the answer
And we'll just have to wait to see what that is, because again, I'm sure that there's a distinction here that we are missing, that he has left out.
Well, which I still think is the big, there was no motion pending.
Mm-hmm.
Here, the trial court never issued any show cause order to Laura. That fact alone precludes sua sponte sanctions. In addition, Laura moved to dismiss her petition with prejudice immediately, literally the very next day. After Clayton's counsel spoke with her counsel, the voluntary dismissal before a show cause order was issued also separately precluded an award of sua sponte sanctions. Either or both of these points are sufficient, standing alone, to require reversal of the judgment in this case. So, like I said, this is one guy's opinion. He always says, well, you're not a practicing lawyer. Well, you don't have very good take. We're looking at both sides. We're seeing his where we're asking our questions. We're raising the issues that we think are important, and we're going to get to see the other side and decide which one we think is better and more reasonable and more legally based.
I frankly don't understand why he spent so much time on the 11 and 26 garbage when there was no pending 26 motion, when he really probably should have done this instead.
Yeah.
Like spent his time, because by the time I get down to page, what is this, 36 or something?
32 now.
32. Yeah. If I'm on the appellate court, I've already checked out because this is so freaking annoying.
Yes, ma'am.
But this would have been the one to start with, I would think, because this seems to be a better argument. He seems to have some case law to back it up. So
well, I'm sure he's going to pound it into our heads here for the next 3 pages. So.
I'm sure. Here we go. Get the hammer ready.
If you ran your mouth like that in real life to me, I will beat you with a fucking hammer.
That's what this guy does with his motions. It's like the hammer, just beating us over the head with it. Because the trial court did not follow the mandatory process for ordering sua sponte sanctions, that means the only remaining option was for Clayton to move for sanctions. But as noted above, Clayton's Rule 26 motion was procedurally defective and later withdrawn. Well, that's his argument that it was defective. I think it was just withdrawn. As such, to the extent Laura was sanctioned as a result of Clayton's motion. No. As such, to the extent that Laura was sanctioned as a result of Clayton's motion, no, that's not true.
No.
The motion was withdrawn. How could she have been sanctioned as a result of the motion?
Yeah.
That sentence can't be right. Reversal is required. Rule 11, sanctions are not appropriate given the safe harbor provision. Yeah, we know this. We know this. Can we please move on?
He's mentioned it before, I think. I'm not sure. Should we go back and see?
Only about 200 times. I'm not going to read the rest. I'm not reading the rest of this. You can skip to the next paragraph. Skip to the end.
Skip to the end.
But it's the safe harbor.
I'm not reading that.
It's the safe harbor twice.
I've already read it, and I won't do it. I've read it again and again. Emphasis in original.
By design, rules 11 and 26 permit even the most malicious wrongdoer to change his mind and withdraw a disputed pleading without punishment. As the saying goes, that's a feature, not a bug.
Oh, I hate him.
PlainEnglish.com expressions.
He linked it to the definition of a saying. He did not.
Feature, not a bug. A feature, not a bug, describes something that seems like a flaw, but is in fact intentional.
I'm sure the appellate court is going to be real thrilled that he did that, as if they don't know what a feature, not a bug means.
Today's expression is rare. You'll almost never need to use this phrase. No, I'll correct that. You will never need to use this expression. But if the right moment ever comes, and if you use this correctly, you'll sound really smart. And that's what we're here to help you do. The expression is a feature, not a bug. We use this expression to describe something that seems like a flaw, but is in fact intentional. A flaw is a mistake or a disadvantage. This is usually used in the context of a product or service produced by a company. The customers find something they don't like, a flaw, and they complain about it. They wish it were not there, but in fact, the company designed it that way on purpose. When that happens, we say it's a feature, not a bug. A bug, this is a term from computers, blah, blah, blah. Feature is, of course, a benefit. Some users of Netflix may find they have responded to a text message verification code when they accidentally, No, this is a feature, not a bug. Oh my Lord. There's like people pay for this site. This site has a pricing guide.
It's pay. Oh my God. I wonder if he has a paid account.
Start learning something with new basic lessons is free. You get English lessons about current events, audio at slower learning speed, expressions and phrasal verbs, full transcripts of audio sessions, and basic quizzes. They have the starter for $7 a month, the plus $19. What do you get for $20 a month?
Who
Switch
pays
between
for why would you pay for quizzes? What kind of quizzes? The hell?
Language quizzes. You get personal feedback on your writing. Clearly, he doesn't have the $19 a month plus package. You get expert answers to any question in English, personal feedback on your writing, practice speaking on live conversation calls. Oh, Lord. All right. Prices in US dollars. Cancel at any time. Just join Plain English upgrade. Good Lord. Go ahead, Megan.
Do I have to?
Yep.
The safe harbor is offered to.
Wrong button. I thought that was this button.
Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
Read, Megan.
The safe harbor. I'm sorry. The safe harbor is offered to all takers, not just innocent ones. A party can take the safe harbor because of. Oh, is he admitting his client is not innocent?
I don't know, but
sure sounds like
wouldn't be the first time he's in.
Laura
breaks the law and y'all freak out. KFC breaks the.
Oh God, he's the worst
dumbest
lawyer.
fucking thing to say.
Oh, such a bad thing to say. A party can take the safe harbor because of a good faith mistake, or a party may withdraw a pleading because they feel the risk of proceeding is just not worth it. In short, the reasons are not relevant. Rule 20. What did you just whisper?
I said, I think that's what happened. He withdrew because he didn't think the risk of proceeding is just worth it. He did.
Well, yeah, it wasn't worth it because David was threatening bar complaints and stuff and appeals. And I'm sure that Woodnick was just like, fuck this. We don't need it. The judge will take care of it if she needs to.
Yep.
All right. Because they feel the risk of proceeding. In short, the reasons are not relevant. Rule 26, again, this is, is blind to the wrongdoer's intent or motive. Whatever the reason may be, rules 11 and 26 allow parties threatened with sanctions to raise the white flag, invoke the safe harbor, and safely withdraw their offending pleading without fear.
Unless these facts, and for the same reasons explained in the Ninth Circus in Radcliffe, the District Court in Vesterkamp, and the Superior Court in Gallagher v. I wonder if they had like a mallet smashing watermelons in that case. In Gallagher v. Serrano law offices, the trial court erred as a matter of law by awarding sanctions to Clayton. Okay. Trial court erred as a matter of law by awarding sanctions to Clayton. Why? Laura's timely motion to dismiss her petition without prejudice terminated Clayton's right to sanctions as a matter of law.
Accordingly, this court must reverse the judgment and remand this case with, I know you've said like 8 times, to dismiss the action with prejudice as should have occurred in response to Laura's motion filed December 28, 2023. We must reverse the award of sanctions when the challenging party failed to comply with the safe harbor provisions, even when the underlying filing is frivolous.
It was withdrawn. It was withdrawn. Address that. Do we have Rule 26 safe harbor protects Laura from sanctions under other authority in us, or should we save this for tomorrow?
Save it for tomorrow, for God's sake. Let's end with something fun. So we should at least get a little bit of this. Let's see. What was her name? It was Lauren Conlin. So
human lie detector.
Yeah, someone new has popped into this case, and what she did was really interesting. So she had this guy who goes on court TV all the time, I guess. He's like a guest on on Law and Crime and everything. And what he does is he reads, it's like a body language expert, except instead of looking at body language, he looks at the way people write things, at writing, and he analyzes their writing and what it's not saying, right? By what it's saying, by what it's not. You'll hear. It's really interesting.
He's not going to say, I can tell by the way you make your S's that you sustained a shoulder injury at 12 years old.
No, this is about sentence structure and about the way it's said. It's very interesting. Let's see if I don't know any timestamps, but I know right at the beginning it gets very interesting.
Oh my God, it's an hour and 30 minutes long.
We're not going to watch this whole thing. We're just a couple snippets because it's just even the first couple things he reads from her blog post is interesting.
But it's very quiet.
Okay, she hasn't started. Hold on, it's very quiet.
Like it's muted.
It's not muted.
Yeah, it is.
All right, hold on. Maybe I didn't hit the right thing. Audio on.
Yep.
All right, can you hear this?
After.
Yep.
All right, let's move forward.
Factual. You can look these laws.
So he's going to say
it was hers.
Here we go.
23. Okay. Because the words.
Oh.
Yeah. So, as Lauren said.
And he has the greatest brogue ever. I could listen to this guy read the phone book. I love it when people have good. And his last name is Fox. Also.
Hey.
Fourth band that she's done this to. And this is all factual. You can look these lawsuits up. They're alarming. But yeah, so let's get into it. Let's get into her statements.
Yeah, I would just like to make a comment, Megan, before we begin. I believe Lauren has 934 teeth. There's a lot of very white, sparkly teeth.
Well,
a lot of them.
That's good for Lauren. It's
like Liv Tyler numbers of teeth. Like Carly Simon's like
the words reveal so much, and it's so hard to hide things inside our words because we use so much of them. So that is what I look at. So this is the first time I've heard most of the story. And I really like it that way because
he doesn't know how to say Clayton Echard's name, and he's going to really drive everyone crazy because he's going to say Echard about 1 million times. And then when they correct him, he starts calling him Echard.
He's Scottish. You have to forgive him.
That means that I'm not drawn into sort of biases or so on. So I'm going to start off with a part of her blog, which is the very first part you sent me, Lauren, where she says, in May 2023, I found myself staring at a positive home pregnancy test. Doesn't say it was hers.
Oh,
she takes no ownership of the pregnancy, this positive pregnancy test straight away.
I didn't even notice that.
I like this guy.
Think about it. It's very interesting, right? Doesn't say it was hers, just a home pregnancy test.
Wait, so that was the first line you sent me, and that's what got me. I was like, okay, I'm here for this.
Wow. See, and these are things that I did not even pick up on. So you didn't even know the backstory oh my gosh. Okay, wow.
No.
All right. Now I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Okay. Well, the next line's just as good. So she said, I found myself staring at a positive home pregnancy test after a year of celibacy. Now, I know this is a season of miraculous births, but you cannot have your own positive home pregnancy test after a year of celibacy. You cannot. It just doesn't.
Especially when you accuse him of forcible intercourse at one point.
Yeah, we actually talked about that. We did point that out. It was like, which one is it, Laura? You said you had a year of celibacy, and yet you're also pregnant. Because her first story was that it was the stuff that was down there that just kind of swam up on its own. It wasn't until later that she brought out the ARP allegations. So when you go back to her first story, yeah, she is claiming to have gotten pregnant after being celibate for a year. It's crazy.
Like that. I hate to break it to you kids, but that's how it goes. So in that very first line that I read, at the very least, I'm picking up storytelling, someone trying to do something dramatic here. Well, why would you want to do something dramatic? You would do that to tell a story, to increase the drama, to increase the believability, to get people to buy into your story. Or the other alternative, and the two things could both be in play here, I guess, is that it's a made up story. And when we haven't experienced something for real, we don't have the genuine words to make it sound authentic. We're relying on, well, what would I think someone in this situation would say? And we would write it like that. So no ownership of the
She's writing a story. She's writing a script.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are a lot of fantastical elements to her tales that make it sound like we know she's never experienced pregnancy, because the things that she thinks pregnant people do and how they behave and how they look or act, none of it's real. Everyone who's been pregnant has been like, this is bullshit. All of this is bullshit. Like, you can't ride a horse. You cannot jump on a horse when you are 5.5 months pregnant. No, Laura, no one does this. Laura, everyone goes to the OBGYN, Laura. You must go. Like, you have to go. You don't just make appointments and then cancel them. Like, especially you're claiming you have a high-risk pregnancy and you're seeing these high-risk doctors. Well, and you never saw one of them, though.
Everything that guy just says, bullshit.
Yep.
Thank you.
The home pregnancy test.
Go ahead.
As someone whose former significant other birthed a child, there were days when I'm like, you just went to the doctor 2 days ago.
Yes.
It's indigestion. Do we really okay, we'll go. God, if it makes you feel better.
The doctor is never ending, and the appointments are never ending, let alone the stuff you go to the doctor for that you didn't have an appointment for. You will be in the doctor's office like literally once a week. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Everyone gets to know you and you know them, and you're there. You're like a part of the family.
The year of celibacy.
Wait, so I did not catch what you said at first. The fact that she didn't take ownership. I mean, my mind is blown at that. That's amazing. But the second part, I had to read a few times.
Lauren also has very shiny, bouncy hair.
She found herself
she's very cute
pregnant after a year of celibacy. So it's like, are you saying that you were celibate for a year and then you slept with Clayton, so that's what broke? I was like, what the hell are you saying? I don't,
Well, exactly that. So When I tell you what I did this morning, I experienced it. I could do all the words that will go with what I experienced this morning. Wasn't that much. I went for a walk and got a cup of coffee. But I could tell you what I did and where I walked and so on. If I tried to tell you I took a spaceship to the moon this morning, I would have no idea what to say because I didn't take a spaceship to the moon this morning. So I would be making it up and kind of going, oh, what was it like in that film when the guy went to the moon? Or, you know, what do I think could be?
That is exactly how Laura describes being pregnant. Like something she saw in a movie.
Like when I'm so, and very quickly you would be going, I don't understand what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying here. What's that? I don't think that sounds right. And that's what you got here when you have to read something to understand what she's saying.
Yeah.
She says, and my life unraveled. It was oh, sorry, by the way, just to go on just again, the words we say are always really revealing, right? She said she took she had a year of celibacy. She doesn't say why, but that's one of those things. It's obviously a choice. There's obviously been a reason behind it. It's not but I don't want to say it's not normal. Celibacy.
She didn't say whose celibacy.
Is quite
True.
quite normal, but to give it that unusual statement of a year of celibacy suggests that she was having some problems leading up to this year. So it's a conscious decision to have this year of celibacy, or she's been counting this year of celibacy, and it's very sensitive to her for her to mention that.
Right. You're so right, and that to me, that's something I want to know. If I'm reading this wordy word salad blog here, I want to get to the things that I'm interested
Wordy
in. Why are you
McWord salad.
celibate?
Yes.
I know why you're saying you're pregnant. You're saying you slept with someone, but why were you celibate? But yes, continue.
It was 11 days after I hooked up with my then realtor, Clayton Echard. By the way, Echard sounds like a battery-powered vegetable, doesn't it? Anyway.
Echard.
Echard.
A battery-powered vegetable. Echard. And the chat, I was watching this live.
Yeah.
The chat was freaking out. Echard.
I like Echard better, but
Echard.
It's like asparagus.
I love this guy though. I like him a lot. I think he's really interesting. I'm going to put the link for it in the chat.
Yeah,
for
I'm
you
going to
guys
watch this. This seems
when
fun.
we should watch it on stream. It would be fun. But you know, it's really interesting, and I'll give you guys the link. We'll watch his next little observation, and then we'll call it a day.
So we've got ownership. Finally, I hooked up with. So this is not a we hooked up or anything like that. This is an I hooked up with. She's taking all the credit for this hooking up there.
This is nuts to me because there is also a theory that she had her eye on Clayton Echard for a much longer time than we suspect, because of the information that came out that she became a physical trainer. And she became a physical trainer way back, like almost a year before she hooks up with him. And, you know, he is a gym guy. He's in the gym all the time, right? He also, I think, has physical trainer, you know, whatever. I don't know. But he's in the gym all the time. Did she make plans to insert herself into his life a long time ago? And the fact that he's picked up on her saying, I hooked up with, like, it's my, I did it. Interesting. Goes along with that theory.
Yeah, I like that.
I think the other thing around that is at no point does she say only. You know, I think hopefully most people's way of thinking about this is through dramas or films. When someone says they're pregnant and the guy goes, well, is it mine? And the woman says, you're the only person I've slept with. So yes, it is yours. She doesn't have any of that in this telling of the story whatsoever.
He was celibate though, right? And
he was celibate, but hooked up with someone. Suddenly the structure and predictability that kept me grounded were gone. Now that's what made me start to think neurodiversity. I didn't go with autism, but again, just looking at who this person is. So the structure and predictability, well, that's something that a lot of neurodivergent people find is very helpful, is having structure and predictability in their life.
It's all because she had autism, remember? He's right.
Well, he said he didn't pick up on
Yeah.
autism. He thought some neurodivergent, like ADD, sort of, neurodivergent issue, or that could also be a mental disorder. So, anyway, this is a great video. Definitely go and see this, you guys. This is Lauren Conlon on The Bachelor Paternity Scandal, Truths and Lies with expert Jack Fox. I'm going to put the link to her and definitely go and give her the views on that, because wow, what an amazing interview she got. And thank God we've got more people picking up this case and making it public, because this is a case that needs to be more widely seen. And I hope that whenever documentary is going on will end up getting picked up by a network, because this needs to be told. So Jeff.
Yes.
We will be back tomorrow on your channel.
Yep.
And tomorrow, now 8 a.m. my time. Is that correct?
8. Yes.
Oh God, I hate you.
And by God, we are going to get through it if it kills us.
Oh God, we're finishing this tomorrow.
We're slightly more than halfway through, and we have screwed around way more than 50% of the time.
Okay, so we will buckle down tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to be very serious. There will be no super chat wars. No, actually, that we will probably still do. Let's not get crazy. And actually, we have some more. LASB, thanks for the 2. Just hopped on. Here's some love, Megan, and this one's for you, Jeff.
Oh, live according to Martin. Oh wait, I have a thing for this. Where do we go? Martin. How to destroy your own arguments. Let's see, Jingris.
And Joyce Burnt became a new YouTube member. Welcome to the Fox Den, Joyce. It's weird in here, but I think you guys like it. And if you don't, make sure to leave me a rage flouncy comment on the way out the door. I always appreciate those. Jeff, this one's for you.
I'll do what I want with my breadsticks, Megan. Thank you, Island.
Good for you. Good for you.
The only one that did anything with
Don't let me tell you what to do. Sarah Elvo, thanks for the 10. I'm also not convinced Gangrene knows the definition of the word interpret. It doesn't mean his interpretation is the same as any given judge. He talks like everyone thinks like him. He also talks like he's always in the right, no matter what. That drives me crazy about him. I mean, can you just have some humility and just admit that maybe there will be a different interpretation than just yours? Because
I wouldn't in my brief, but he does it outside as well.
Yeah. Sarah Helville, thanks for the 5. Megan and Jeff's throats will be as sore as Laura's when she got her tonsils pregnant. Love the Pee-wee screaming. Gave me a good chuckle. Well, on that note, we can end with one more. Ah! Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Fuck off. Get off my porch, man.
And for old time's sake, I think we will play an oldie but a goodie. Let's do Pond Scum Posse. Goodbye, everybody.
I love you guys. You're awesome.
We love you too. Thank you so much.
Pond Scum Posse, baby. Round up the Pond Scum Posse, baby. Hey, hey, hey. You defame me or blame me for some crazy lady Spain game. I was minding my own business when that up is on the tail. To the papers in the world claiming she got rails. Sending pics and flicks and texts and shit. Thinking no one will question it. Walk the dog, you don't know me. All my friends are fucking homies. She couldn't sell me baloney and now a lawyer thinks I'm fucking on me. Car bomb, bitch, she ain't on me. Fake up in marathon. Settle up, we ride it on. Settle up, we ride it on. Pond Scum Posse, baby. Round up the Pond Scum Posse, baby. Hey, hey, hey. Your insults are war cries. Explaining leads to more lies. And slander on your shitty blog posts. Oh my god, you're so cringe, bro. Why you act like this is Jerry Springer? Owned so hard by some podcaster. He seems half crazy, maybe drop past a baby. Or let pain eat, blasting bullshit on a pond. On his blog, no weirdness spawns. Saddle up, we ride it dog. Pop, pop, bitch, you ain't on me. Fake up, we love it dog. Saddle up, we ride it dog. Saddle up, we ride it dog. Pond Scum Posse, baby. Round up the Pond Scum Posse, baby. Hey, hey, hey. You explode some war crimes. Wait, leave some more lies. Slander on your shitty blog post. Oh my god, you're so cringe, bro. Why you act like this is Jerry Springer? I'm so hard by some podcaster. He seems half crazy, maybe dropped as a baby, or lent pain, eating, blasting bullshit. What a pawn on his blog, more weirdness spawns. Saddle up, we ride a dog. Hot stuff, plus he gearing up the storm and Bastille. Shopping keyboards for steel. Ain't no way, no how, no expert can't conceal. That motherfucker was never fucking real.
That motherfucker back there is not real.